I'm a guy that's 24. Each day I build some more. I like the sequels. I'm Rich Boy J. Hello boyos, Rich Boy J here back in with another video, and the reveals keep rolling in. We finally have official images of the new modular set for 2020. It is the set number 10270 Bookshop. It's simply called Bookshop. It's 2,504 pieces. It will be released on January 1st of the new year, and it's going to retail for $179.99 US. So just right off the bat, if you care about price per piece, the set is already a winner in that regard. One thing I will say, just looking at this without really even knowing too much context about the set or even the interior about the set, is it seems a lot more true to the original aesthetic of modulars. I think specifically because it seemed the gas station and diner was such a departure from just like the time period and the type of architecture they were using on the modular sets. This really seems to be more consistent with what we've come to expect from the modular sets. So I think a lot of people are going to appreciate this set purely just because of that. The other cool thing about this set is that this is the second time they're giving us the split floor pan modular, specifically how they did with the pet shop before, where both modulars were basically two half base plates and then you combine them to make a full base plate. So it gives you a little bit more freedom in mixing and matching these around in your modular layout, and a lot of people will appreciate that, especially since I think both of these buildings look so good standing alone by themselves. Together they look even better. The first thing I notice is the color scheme. On the right side we have the teal color, which was recently introduced, and on the left side we have what I believe is Lego's dark nougat color, and it looks really nice as well. I think that the printed Purchase Books sign looks really nice on the front of the building, and I really love what they did with the design of the tree that's over to the left side of the build. This is literally unlike any tree we've seen included in a modular, and it looks so nice. I think that the inclusion of not only the bird's nest but also the toy airplane trapped in the branches is awesome, and I think the box art is not, it's just, for one, it's just really good looking box art. Like, I love how it's kind of like the sunset sky, and then there's like buildings and a park over to the left side of the building. But I love that on the box art they have the guy trying to like finagle the airplane out of the tree with his umbrella. Like, that is just so hilarious. They clearly put a lot of effort into just the design of this set, but also even the box design, which I can appreciate. We can start off by going level by level on this set. So this is the first level. Over to the right side is the apartment. The left side is the actual bookstore. The right side apartment level is, I guess, it's not a basement, but it's I don't know, what do you call that area like right below your house? I live in Texas. We don't really have that. There's basically nothing below our house. Is it like a crawl room, like a crawl space? Is that what that's called? I don't know. Some people have that in their house, but I think that's what that's supposed to be. And there are a few details. It looks like that might be like maybe like a water heater or some sort of house machinery over to the right side. And then there's like a bucket of water or something kind of sitting towards the bottom of the area. Over on the left side, I know these aren't great pictures. This is the best we have right now in terms of interior of these buildings, but the left side is basically just the first level of the bookstore, and you can actually see, what is that, Moby brick over in the front window. So that's kind of funny. It's also cool that they have like a little stand of books kind of sitting right outside the store. That looks really nice. I think that the leaves just kind of connected to the ground is also a really cool addition. That's just, I don't know, like, I like that. I don't know if Lego's done that before with modular, so I actually appreciate that quite a bit. And then in the first level of the bookstore, there's of course a staircase that leads up to the second level. One thing I will say is, I wonder if they'd ever consider doing like an elevator in modulars. We've come to pretty much expect that, like, you know, when it comes to these modulars, most of the floor space like is dedicated to a staircase, so the minifigures can realistically get up like to different levels, and then sometimes they'll throw the staircase on the back so they'd have more space inside the actual building. But I wonder if they'd ever just consider just doing an elevator. That way you can really just minimize the amount of floor space you have to use for like stairs. I don't know, could be something they integrate down the line to give us just more things that aren't staircases in modulars. Modulars are probably like 50% staircases. Anyways, if we go to the second floor, once again, it's kind of hard to see. I'd say on the left side for the bookstore, the stairs look actually really cool. I love the design with those half circle green tiles kind of making up the stairs. and then I really can't even see much else in that room. But on the right side, we just have more of the apartment, which still looks great. I just love the color scheme of the apartment. There's so many parts we're going to be getting in teal in this set, and I really appreciate that. So you can see the old guy's hat is hanging up. I guess there's also like a table with like a teapot and the teacup sitting there, and of course the newspaper. On the back side, there's a door, so I'm guessing that there might be access to the house through the backside. I think that's actually technically the first floor of the apartment, because that bottom level was like the crawl space. This is, I think, actually going to be where you enter the house from the ground level. And then next up, we have the two roof builds. So I think these both look incredible. I love the quarter circle tiles used for like the sloping on the roof on the teal building. That just looks awesome. One of the other cool things about this is that this building actually has an apartment number. It's right there. It's apartment 107. I love that. That's such a cool printed piece. Really does make me wonder if down the line they would consider doing more like apartment numbers or building numbers for these sets. I guess the fire brigade had a building number, but if I'm not mistaken, if that's not the only one, that has to be like one of the few modulars that they actually give a building number to. I love those curved tiles that make up that big front window for the bookstore top. It's hard to tell, but I'm assuming on the right side for the apartment, there's some sort of like patio behind that upper floor, which would be pretty cool. I mean, we come to expect patios for modulars, or at least some sort of like access to the roof areas, right? Like I would assume this is probably a patio back there. That's one of the more consistent things with modulars. But one thing that's not super obvious is if there's any like actual interior to like either roof section here. I would assume with the way that the roof section on the left is built that you probably can't remove the top. Like you might be able to access it somehow from the back, but probably not. Just the way like the slopes are built, there's no straightforward way for them to incorporate something like that. So I'm gonna say there probably is no interior on that side. I think the right teal building might have an interior just from the way it's built and the fact that it looks like there's a patio back there, but it's still really difficult to tell at this time. But I think all in all, I am just super happy with this modular building. I think a lot of people are going to be once again just happy with the fact that they're just kind of going back to the basics. Like this is obviously a very unique looking building because of the colors and the architecture, but it still is more aesthetically consistent with the modulars we've come to expect. And I think a lot of people are going to want to buy this set purely because of that fact. So what do you guys think about the modular? Are you happy that we're getting another split floor plan set? How do you feel about the colors? All that good stuff. Let me know in the comment section below. And that's going to finish up the video, guys. If you like what I do, go ahead and support the video by hitting the like button, support the channel by smashing that subscribe button, and I'll be back again very soon.